Welcome. Turkey's unstable economic growth imposes a great risk on an AKP or President Erdogan's party future. According to Turkstat, the Turkish economy grew faster than all the G20 nations apart from China in first Q1 2021. It already grew something around 7%. But this swift growth was fueled by the government stimulus and lending program that will ultimately only add the country's debts woes. Turkish banks are pressured to grant loans to business and consumers throughout 2021 and even 2020 and 2021 in order to keep the growth higher. The purchasing power also weakened the Turkish lira, which in long term makes the growth even more unsustainable. President Erdogan keeps pressuring on lira exchange rate by emphasizing controversial economic statement. This, of course, leads the investors' capital flight elsewhere, and this is not temporary withdrawal. The central bank governor is also under pressure, and reliability of the bank is almost on the bottom, on the ground. This led reducing the cash as investment while the cost of loan increases. The CPI, Consumer Price Index, has reduced from 17.1 to 16.6 in May, and this might arise due to the Ramadan. But if this trend continues in June, which we are going to see in like 15th or 16th of July, it's likely to give a reason to President Erdogan to call further interest cut in coming months. However, inflation is nowhere good enough. So I will think it's unlikely, but it will give the reason to President Erdogan. So he will give his statements and it will be again controversial. So the economy will again fluctuate. Considering all these facts, it's not sustainable for Turkey to remain in high growth. That poses risk to Erdogan's election in 2023. He is aware that he needs the cash. He is aware that he needs support from the public. And he needs to gain the foreign investors also trust. Therefore, we believe that he got all these signs and he has been working on to rectify the situation. So what's he's doing? First, he's trying to stabilize his relation with Israel. Why? Because he trusts that by using the Jewish, I would say, lobby in or on U.S. Congress, he can able to at least open some cash flows to Turkey, which is going to give him the reason to cash the market, so that at least there will be a market recovery, even though it's temporarily. Second, we have been hearing that there is a ongoing discussions between E Party leadership and AK Party leadership for the possible coalition in 2023, because he has been seeing that the Nationalist Party leader, Devlet Bahçeli, has been losing ground on the polls, and he needs a strong coalition party to work with him. We don't know whether he will continue with the Nationalist Party, MHP, Devlet Bahçeli's party, but even though he may not, E Party has been increasing its polls, and now it's around 13%. President Erdogan is around, 30-35%, and it becomes at most like 48%, which is not enough. But we don't think that Nationalist Party's voters will choose any other party, and they will also, I will say, vote for Erdogan. So with considering all these possibilities, if they become, and likely it might, then for 2023, Erdogan has a very good chance to win all these, I will say, election. Why? Because if we are right, and now there's a new coalition in Israel, and it gives a great chance because Erdogan and Netanyahu are in bad moods or bad terms. But Netanyahu is not anymore the PM in Israel, and there is a new coalition there. We don't expect the Israel policies to change dramatically. However, at least it gives a better ground for those countries to restore its diplomatic relations, which we expect it will happen, I would say, end of summer or beginning of autumn, I would say. I expect to hear these kind of things, that both countries will assign their ambassadors to respective countries. And if this happens, of course, I expect Erdogan to use the Jewish lobby in their influence on the US Congress to open the cash. And then once it gets flown with the cash, the Turkish economy will start again working, and we will see the first good signs if it happens in the beginning of 2023. And the elections are 2023 September, which means that it will take, or Erdogan will take, all the bad criticism from the opposition parties. And of course, if they have a deal with the E Party for the coalition of 2023, then it's almost clear that he will win the elections. Unless this happens, then I will say, and I have to say this, Erdogan will likely to meet the most challenging election of his career during the 2023. So if you like this video, please, there's a like button underneath the screen. Please press on it and subscribe yourself to our channel. So once we publish a new video, you will be notified immediately. Wherever you are, please stay safe and take your jab. Have a nice day. Bye.